Hey everybody, how's it going? We're going to do a quick little project today. I'm going to do a step-by-step on how to create some custom little solar system displays based on a special date in mind. So if you're looking for ideas for gifts, something to give away as an anniversary present or a birthday or whatever the special date is, or if you're looking for something custom that you can personalize and sell to sort of kick off your 3D printing for profit journey, this is a good little start. So I do a version of this on my CNC using acrylics and wood, but no reason why you couldn't do this on the 3D printer as well. So I'm going to show you a little step-by-step on how to create this in Fusion and load it into your into IdeaMaker so you can go print it. Now obviously you don't have to use Fusion and IdeaMaker. What I'm going to do here is a step-by-step on building the model, but you can use whatever tools you like. So if you like Tinkercad and you like Cura, great, fine, no problem. This will work for you. So a couple places we're going to start first. So this is a one that would maybe stand up or be a wall mount. So first thing I like to do is once you get that special date in mind is you go to this inthesky.org/solarsystem.php. If you just land on inthesky.org, then you can go here to charts and solar system and you'll land on this page. Here at the top is where you tweak in your special date. And let's just move some things around. So 10/10/2013, and by default it will display in this sort of angle-on view. I like to change it to face-on, and I'm not really other than taking the position of the planets. I'm just using this as a reference. Trying to print to scale is difficult. Because of, well, the scale of the solar system, kids. It's huge. So really what we're doing is just putting some concentric rings on a display piece and then marking in the relative position of the planets as it relates to the face of the clock. So that's why I like face on. So 12, 6, 3, 9, and then Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, blah, 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 blah. They're all. But I like to just sort of take note of the position of each one of these. So this is at the 2 o'clock. We'll call this the 1 o'clock and 11:30-ish. So just so you can get the relative position of the planets so that we can put them on our display piece in Fusion. So here we go, 10/10/2013. Let's go over to Fusion. Again, you can do this in Tinkercad, but I'm first just going to make a little display. So I'm going to do a rectangle, a center rectangle, and I'm going to put it on this plane. I'm going to select the center here, and I'm just going to, whatever. Let's call this 140 by 120. Why not? I'm going to go ahead and stop this sketch, and I'm going to select this face, click the face, and E for extrude, and I'm just going to bring this up 3 millimeters. So now I have a base that I'm going to cut into here. So now I'm going to start making some circles. So I'm going to do a center circle here, and I'm going to do it again on this face. And I'll probably just go just above center because I want to leave a little bit of room for some text. So I'm going to make this the sun, and I'm going to make him 5 millimeters to start. And then C for circle again, and here's where we just start making some lines, some circles here for the orbits. And you can do this every, let's say 2 millimeters or 5 millimeters or whatever, but the key here is that you want 8. And you want to leave enough room to put some planets in between your orbital paths. So I'm kind of just doing like a 3 to 5-ish millimeter spacing right now. What do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One more. And there we go. There's 8. So now I'm going to go ahead and stop this sketch. And we want to do some offsetting now because we need these orbital paths to be carved in. So we're going to select O for offset. It's asking me for the sketch curves. So you pick that plane, you pick that curve. So this is saying it's going to do a 1 millimeter offset. I like that. I'm just going to leave it. I'm going to do O for offset again and pick the next line. And I'm going to do 1 millimeter. O again. Select that. O again. O. O. Go. Get a little bit ahead of myself. One more in there. So now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oops, Pluto. I'm going to leave Pluto in. I have decided he's a planet today. So now we're going to go ahead and stop this sketch. Now what we need to do is that we have these offset lines to make our orbits. We need to pick each one. So we're going to select it, and we're going to hold the control key, and we're going to select and select and select everything that we want to basically extrude into the base. We want to make sure we're picking here, including the sun. So we got everything picked. Then we're going to do E for extrude, but we're actually going to cut. So we're going to go -1 and enter or OK. So there we go. We've got those cut in now. And so now here's where you would take your, let's orient this back up. So now here's where you would have your reference over here off to one side, maybe on another screen or whatever you want to do, or you can draw this, freehand write it down or whatever, but for time's sake, you get the idea. This is the custom date that we're going after. So I'm just going to start laying some planets in, and we're going to say that they're in that position. So C for circle, and again it's asking me for a center point, so we're just going to go right in here, and I'm going to pick right in the middle of that orbital path, and we're going to call that 3 millimeters. And so right away I'm still in my circle. You can see the center point indicator there, so I'm going to do C again. I'm going to go 3 millimeters, and over here 3. Now you can get tricky with this if you like, and you can make some, if you want to make Jupiter and Saturn a little bit bigger, smaller, you can do what you want, or you can make everything the same size. Totally up to you. Get creative with it. Ooh, hey, hi. There we go. There we go. And one more little guy over here. And so we'll go ahead and stop this sketch now. So now what we need to actually do is the same thing, and we're just going to pick all those circles that we just made, and we're going to extrude those down into our base. Pick that, pick that, pick that. Again, holding the control key just to get everything all at one time, because I only want to extrude everything once, because I am lazy. So now we got everything picked. E for extrude, and again we're going to do -1. There we go. So now you have your solar system ready to go. The last little step here is to put in your text. So if we go to Sketch and Text, we're going to pick this plane, this face, to put your text on. We're going to pick the bottom left corner over here and just start typing. So, Kelly and Paul. I don't know them. Sound like a nice couple. So I'm going to move this into position, sort of get it centered. In fact, I'm going to change that and to just and. And I'm going to go ahead and bold that. Now you can change the size of the text there. You can change your font. It has lots of fonts. Some fonts like to be extruded or more than others, I'll just say. Arial's a pretty safe bet, but it really just depends on how many letters and numbers you're throwing in. So you might have to play with these things a bit. Fusion does sometimes like to throw errors when you're extruding text. Just so you know. So we'll hit OK there, and then we're going to do a second line of text, which will be the date. So we called this October 10, 2013. And I'm going to rotate that around just like that. And again, move this and get it a bit more centered. I'm going to go ahead and bold it. I'm going to keep the fonts just how they are and hit OK. And I'll go ahead and stop this sketch and orient back to home by clicking the little home icon there. And so I'm going to pick that. And you can see that all of the text on that line is highlighted. I'm going to hit the Control key and I'm going to the next one. So now they're all highlighted, and E for extrude. And instead of cutting into this, I'm going to go ahead and raise it. And I'll just raise this up 1 millimeter and hit OK. And I'll go ahead and hide these sketches. So there we go. We have our custom little solar system all designed and set. Now the nice thing is, you don't have to do this every single time as far as making this thing from scratch. So if you get another request or another order, all you have to do is modify your sketches. So let's do that real fast just so you get an idea. So if we go to our third sketch here, which was of the planets, you can now say edit this sketch. I right clicked and said edit, and you can go down here to your circles and let's say move that circle. So we're gonna come here, come here, come here, come here. Come here. There we go. So now we can move that circle. Actually, we'll keep it on the same orbital path. And let's just say the dates have changed, so the position's going to change. So we hit OK there. Now we need to move, let's say this one. We need to move that to a new position. Maybe that moved over there. So you've changed the day at this point, right, to a new thing. And now when you hit OK, and you stop this sketch, Fusion will automatically re-extrude those objects into their new position based on the sketch that you did. You can do the same thing down here with your text. So you can go here to sketch 4, which was our text, and you can say edit that sketch, and then you can right click on your text and say edit text, and now you can call this Harry and Mary, I don't know. And then stop that sketch. And you can do the same with your date. Fusion will automatically change it. Keep your extrusion because that's what you told it to do. And there you go. So you don't have to recreate the wheel every single time, so to speak, right? You can just now move some things around, change your dates, move the position of your planets. And so now let's go to make. So we're going to go make. We're going to select our whole body here. It's just one body. Hit OK. I'm going to go ahead and just leave it body 1. You can name it whatever you like, obviously. We'll leave it in downloads. And I'm going to go here to good old Idea Maker because that's my slicer of choice. Again, does not matter. You can use S3D, you can use Cura, whatever you want to do. And so there you go. Use your favorite settings to go in there and slice. So I'll slice this just with my basic profile. I would suggest doing 100% infill. It's not a very big print. It's pretty small, right? You can print this standing up just like you would a lithophane if you like. If you're going to do it in white, that would be great. You can do this as a 2-color option, so you can do the base in one color and then the relief in another. All that good stuff. Slice, we go. So this is a longish print, about 4 hours. It is kind of big, it's kind of thick. You can obviously change the scale on this and get that down if you like. I would caution you to make sure that you always preview, right? Because as we know, depending on the size of the nozzle you have, will depend on how good your details come out. So you can see here, there's a nice little position of the planets. Now with the lettering, they're thin walls, so I would probably tweak this just a bit to get the lettering to come out a bit better. For my slicer, using a different profile or something. But always do your preview and make sure your lettering is going to come out. And you can completely change this up, obviously, and instead of you know, cutting in the orbital paths, you can raise those, and raise the planets. You can emboss this text instead of having it raised, if you like. But lots of different options. So again, this was not this was just an idea for y'all to go run with if you choose. So there you go. Hope this was helpful to you. Like and subscribe, and we'll do another one soon. Have a good one.